The University of Portland in-house video production team, Portland Sports Network, has been nominated for a Northwest Emmy Award in the Sports Feature and Segment category for our story, Gus and Travis, The Ultimate Gift. Their story aired right here on Portside with the Pilots last May. The nominations were announced by the Northwest chapter of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, and the award show will be held on Saturday, June 4th in Seattle. Each year, 10 students at the University of Portland are given the Provost Initiative on Undergraduate Research Award. And cross-country senior Callie Vanderwild is the first ever UP student athlete to receive the honor. Callie and Dr. Ted Ekman, an assistant professor of environmental studies here at UP, have spent the last 2 years collecting and analyzing data for their project titled Hydrologic Analysis of the University of Portland. Their end goal is to make sure the campus drains properly to prevent flooding in the event of a big storm.
The undergraduate research program is a part of a larger picture of experiential learning. Callie might be the very first student athlete to win this grant. We salute her for doing that. She's an amazing student, and we're very anxious to see the end result of research that she and Dr. Ekman are engaged in.
In the summer of 2014, a couple of students set up weather stations on Mayling's rooftop, Christie's rooftop, and then Shiley, where we are right now. So we have a comparison between the temperatures going on above a concrete surface versus a green surface.
We have the rooftop weather stations on Mayling, Christie, and Shiley because those buildings are 3 different altitudes. We're trying to look at how temperature and those other variables change with height, because that's important to understand for our air pollution research especially.
We can measure how much water there is in relation to when the last rainfall was, how fast the water has dried up, and how much water has evaporated into the atmosphere versus would have drained out down into an urban environment and become runoff to cause any kind of flooding.
We're working to decide the best ratio of photovoltaics to green roofs on different buildings to maximize UP's energy production and savings off the heating and cooling bills. So we're not done with our research, but all of it is pointing towards areas where UP could benefit greatly.
We're very interested in having transformative education here at the university, and that generally happens when students are involved in their education in a deeper way.
These soils are designed to be better draining so that when we have big storm events, we aren't getting the big flooding. So I'm presenting a lot of this in the conference coming up in San Francisco. I specifically highlight the big flood that we had here in Portland over Halloween, and my research shows that if we had green roofs designed with either the Brookisol or Micasol soils that we have developed, we wouldn't have had hardly any rainwater runoff on the buildings that we have on campus. So just from that you can see applications in an urban setting with preventing stormwater flooding.
The 2016 UP baseball team has a different vibe than years past. On March 24th, they already matched last season's win total. A big part of the turnaround is thanks to the leadership of senior pitcher Jordan Wilcox and junior catcher Cooper Hummel. This season, Hummel and Wilcox have been given the opportunity to lead the Pilots, and they have taken advantage of that in a big way.
Before this season, I've never really thrown to him since, we both didn't get very many opportunities last season. But, coming in this summer, it's been a lot of fun throwing to Cooper, and he's got a great arm, he's got great tools. So I trust him a lot behind the dish now. It's been a great pleasure to work with him.
Both those guys had really successful summers. And so coming into the fall, I had a pretty good idea that those were 2 of the guys that we were going to need to lean on this year, and they haven't disappointed.
I think he threw every outing to me this summer, maybe one to someone else, but it's just a lot of fun catching him. We go out there, we're relaxed. I know in the fall, I think I caught every one of his bullpens and every one of his outings and scrimmages and stuff. And then coming into the spring, it's just fun, loose. We have a lot of fun. Just bring back summer ball all again, so it's a blast.
I mean, I think it's 100% a belief It's a belief in themselves and a belief in what they're capable of, and a belief in where the program is headed. Both those guys have, they don't lack confidence, and they go out there and they perform that way. They perform in the moment, but with a lot of confidence in their abilities.
This team's good. It's one of the most athletic teams I've been around. Just all together, I think if we believe and we play the way we should, there's no reason we can't beat anyone.
Yeah, we can be very good. People are starting to trust each other, believe in each other. So I guess once that factors in for the whole team, this team can go pretty far.
When we start off hot and we know we can finish it, oh, this team's pretty unbeatable.
The Portland Timbers, too, kicked off their season back in March, and at the helm for T2 is first-year head coach Andrew Greger. Greger played soccer at the University of Portland from 1994 to 1998 and followed that with a successful professional career. He was an assistant for T2 last season before being called upon to be the team's head coach, and he is taking what he's learned from his college coach, the great Clive Charles, to lead the team.
I was pretty excited, obviously. It's a good opportunity. A little bit nervous at first, stepping into the position, but then, moving forward with, excitement to get things going. And it's kind of continued, through to even to now, the excitement and the drive behind it. I feel real good about the club, making the decision to put me in that position and trusting in me in this role. And so that means a lot as well. And I just want to make sure that I do a good job by the club and continue the development process that we started last year.
He's another young, hungry coach, cerebral. He has a nice kind of, I think, presence, leadership-wise. He has a good edge to him, and he spent time watching our first team. So we felt it was a natural progression. We like our coaches coming from within because they know what it takes at the first team level, and he's shown that with the academy.
I was lucky enough to play for Clive, and his teaching methods and his way of doing things was more, in the pro level than it was maybe at the college sort of level. So I think we got an advanced education when we were here because of that. It is obviously a good experience and learn a lot being here, and excited to be back when we get the chance to come back and play. So tonight's game was fun. It's fun to be back out here on the bluff and see some old faces and get back out on Merlot again.
Coming up, a look at UP's first ever beach volleyball team.
The things that are really important in sand have a lot to do with communication, with telling each other where to hit the ball in the open spot, being able to hear that,